Somebody get this out of my motherfucking chat, you dumb black ass. Get the fuck out of my motherfucking chat. Sick of seeing your black ass in my motherfucking room. Don't you get the message, bitch? I don't want you here.
Welcome to Shittywebcomics Weekly. If you're not familiar with us, we're explorers on the furthest reaches of experience, demons to some, angels to others. And
but especially angels. We're especially angels. We are the good guys.
We're biblically accurate angels. If you want to know what we look like, face doxing us, biblically accurate angels. Just go look that up. That's pretty much literally me. Anyways, our videos are brought to you by our subscribers.
This is why we terrify so many people.
Yes, psychologically, we're nightmares. We've been nightmares. That's been true for years. So, it sounds, it's like I say that stuff as a joke, and then it's like, oh, you know what? It actually is true. It is.
So we have a long career that makes us a nightmare for people like them.
Yes. Anyways, our videos are brought to you by our Subscribe Star backers. Donate to see into the mind of God and find out years ahead of Kiwi Farms and Keno Casino.
Now
and
you know how we're seeing into the mind of God. It's not just a catchphrase.
Yeah, it's not just a forced catchphrase. It is a forced catchphrase, but it's not just a forced catchphrase. Anyways,
it's not rhetorical.
This episode, and probably the next following episodes, by the way, if you're listening to this, that means the people on our Subscribe Star have already seen this, like, probably months before you. So
that's another reason to support the Subscribe Star. There's basically two reasons. One of them is that there's a lot of extra videos behind that paywall.
Yeah.
The other is that you'll be getting a lot of other content early, super early, like years early.
Yeah, and it's just to show that we've talked about this immediately, if you will. But there's some new hot manger on the streets called Drama Queen, and there's certainly
it's a very
drama.
tame. It's a very normal sounding title for what is essentially the hottest current manga of la current era.
Well, or at least of this week. We have, by the time this video goes up on the public channel, on the regular channel in public for the public
somebody did, from the point where we're recording this right now, somebody already did a video on this, but I don't know who. I don't care about anime.
No,
normally.
There's only one chapter of this out so far. It just came out. There's been a lot of stuff, and we're going to cover it. We're going to cover it in more depth, though, than everyone else ever could. And again, by the time this goes up on the public channel, other people probably will have caught on. Possibly the whole thing will have dried up and no one will give a shit. Maybe it will have jumped the shark. Maybe it will have been canceled. Yeah. Oh no.
Maybe it'll be a huge disappointment. Some people are already speculating that it's most likely going to end up dropping the concept.
Well, yeah, but anyways, if you want to, the entire compilation of all of our episodes about Drama Queen will have been up on our Subscribe Star by now. It's December 5th, and it'll probably be up by like the 7th or something. But if you're seeing this on the regular channel, that is how many months behind you are. That is how behind the curve you are.
Yeah. That is how late to the gold rush you are.
How outside of the mind of God you are. How out of tune, out of touch, and out of time you are with the psychic zeitgeist and the psychic gestalt. It's really starting to pile up. Just how much you have failed as a person by not donating $5 a month. Wow. Just $5 a month?
You know the words, but you can't hear the tune.
Yes, exactly. So, getting into this first, to quote Dr. Lisa Cuddy first. That's quoting her. Just that one.
Roll out astral cytoma. Astral cytoma. It's a cytoma from space?
Yes, it is. Fucking.
Roll out astral cytoma first. Then roll out lymphoma. and rule out all the other forms
all
of
the other brain tumors. What happened? Oh no! Why did that? Did that happen instantly?
How long did Dr. House need in order to rule them out?
All of those things out simultaneously. Did it take him some time? I don't know. Perhaps not. Anyways, getting into this.
Oh man, what a great! That's actually the thing is,
That's a great reference. Oh,
I didn't enjoy
so
the
good.
show as much back in the day because, like, oh man, the human body is taking time bomb. This show makes me nervous.
I'm getting a serious, debilitating case of intern's disease from watching the show.
Is there an episode where that happens?
I don't think so. There's an episode of Dr. Katz where that happens to Ben, but
well, not to get off. We really shouldn't get off track here.
What?
We're trying to cover something important.
Well, what's more important is getting off track and talking about whatever the fuck we want, really. But
you're right. So, Dr. Katz.
Dr. Katz.
Which
I think I'm
Dr.
falling
Katz
hard
was that?
for Doctor. I think I'm falling hard for Dr. Katz. Cha. I like
That's
how
where I also remember hearing the line. I think it is Don Myrera who said the
Yes.
line. Well, it is definitely Don Myrera who said he thought about becoming gay, but I can't get in that kind of shape.
Yeah, that is fucking. Dr. Katz was so good. Anyways, getting into this on the Fediverse, specifically the account I have on
Of course,
shitposter.world.
not on Twitter, or rather, there's some material on Twitter which
the
we'll be getting to.
the plebs are on Twitter. The crying is on Twitter, but the super duper basted with red sauce place for plants pills messing up the way a fella talks is on Fediverse, as it always is the superior posting.
I know there's people who
real
don't
freedom.
understand. There's people who don't understand or don't know what the Fediverse is.
It's very simple.
I don't have an account there yet.
It's very simple. It's like a version of Twitter where you can't be banned. And it's like all these different nodes, like they're technically different sites.
Yeah, it's more
they
important
all
than just
cross-post
that.
to each other.
It's more important than just being a Twitter clone where you can't be banned.
Yeah, it's superior to Twitter in every single way
like
possible.
100 social media sites in one or something like that.
Yeah, that all
technically
technically
an unlimited number.
Well, here's this is Christy Jr. and he posted from DetroitRiotCity.com. That's the Fediverse node that he is on. I am able to read it from shitposter.world, as you know, pretty much anyone would be able to read it from any other Fediverse node, aside from Mastodon, of course, where Mastodon is the gay one. It's also the biggest one, but it's also the least relevant. But anyways.
Isn't that also where Poast is headed or whatever?
Well, Poast is still going, but I personally wouldn't trust it. I had a Poast account. I don't use it anymore because I don't really believe it's gonna stay. It's gonna be like the Gab of Fediverse.
Either a bunch of Twitter or Facebook or Tumblr rejects ended up there.
Yeah, technically. I mean, technically, everyone who ended up on any Fediverse node is a Twitter reject, but still. And this has nothing to do with Blue Sky, by the way. Blue Sky is just another site, so that has nothing to do with the Fediverse entirely.
Yeah, that is an important distinction.
But anyways, Christy Jr. posts. For once, the shit libs weren't just crying wolf. Drama Queen is pretty much everything they accuse it of being, and it's glorious. Here are some examples of just how spicy this manga is. And we will be going into a lot more detail about, in fact, we will be reading Drama Queen a bit in upcoming episodes, or if you're on the Subscribe Star, just later in this video. But anyways, the first bullet point, a great replacement is depicted in all its soul-crushing, alienating misery, literally alienating. The Japanese are being rapidly crowded out and replaced by aliens who refuse to integrate, enjoy preferential treatment, engage in shameless nepotism, dominate sports and pop culture, and subject the native Japanese people to random senseless acts of violence. Also, they're a total eyesore. The next bullet point says, pop culture has been weaponized to constantly push pro-alien brainwashing propaganda and make sure that the humans never forget the debt they owe the aliens.
That's the thing. This is again. We'll probably get into this because I know I
Yes.
posted a bunch of stuff
Yes.
from a 4chan thread on Poll, of course, where I saw this, where somebody's trying to claim that the aliens are stand-ins for white people, and somebody on Poll got angry. Of course,
I don't have that open because it's not a screenshot that I can open. But
no, it's on our Discord.
Yeah.
Again,
I might be able to read from
Discord.
that, but we'll see. But anyways, the next bullet point is the very few benefits of aliens effectively colonizing Earth are constantly highlighted and exaggerated, all while life for the average human has unambiguously become worse. But the technology, though, is Drama Queen's equivalent of but the food, though. The next point is...
Do you think there's if Mom was listening to this, she would need the but the food, though, explained to her?
Yes. Even though at the same time, she's probably said that. I'm sure she said that more than
I'm
once.
sure if she hasn't actually said it, she's probably thought it.
In her mind. And with the next bullet point...
An abject boomer.
Boomers. But anyways, the next point says, the entire new alien-dominated world order is justified on the basis of a single event, which nobody questions and which may, in fact, have been a hoax. We'll get more into that as we go on, too. Free speech has been abolished in order to suppress all criticism of the aliens, leaving those...
and actually, again, we'll be getting to that too, but it's actually basically that people will even self-censor.
Yeah.
You will see somebody apologize for...
Especially Japanese people apologizing. But,
for something that isn't their fault.
But anyways, in order to suppress all criticism of the aliens, leaving those who dislike them feeling alone and isolated, as well as mystified by how seemingly everyone is embracing the current dystopia. As such, Nomamoto, finally coming across as a kindred spirit, who's also willing to admit that he hates the aliens, is depicted as a joyful, liberating moment. We'll be seeing that later, too. The next bullet point says, the fact that no case of a human killing an alien has ever been reported by the media reminds me of the obsessive censorship efforts by governments and big tech to suppress the video showing Tyrant's kebab removal. I'm not
sure if we're probably not even allowed to specifically mention that. Probably can't even say his name on YouTube.
Can't even say it. But anyways.
Not even to express that you oppose it?
Yeah. Just continuing. And that's not even an exhaustive list for this sort of... And by the way, he's talking about, again, just the first chapter, because there's only one out now. There's not even a second chapter out yet.
But that's how early to the party we are. Just like we were with Delicious in Dungeon.
Yes.
And One Punch Man. And what was the other one?
The Promised Neverland.
Promised Neverland also, yeah. But Dan to Dan is the one that's going absolutely nuclear right now.
Yeah. We were literally the first people to make memes out of that.
In fact, nobody brought it to my attention. I was just browsing Jerk Douglas.
We're sort of like the Saxons that didn't have to be taught to hate. Nobody had to bring it. Nobody had to teach us in schools or anything. No one had to bring it to our attention.
I found it on Jerk's Discord.
Yes.
And it's just like it was specifically the page, which I immediately posted to our Discord as soon as I saw it. It's like, whoa, what the hell is this?
Whoa. Anyways, he says, that's not even an exhaustive list for this sort of content to appear in a Shonen Jump manga starting a cute girl failure MC. I like that description.
That is also a really big, important element of this.
Yes.
Girl failure is she does come across like the stereotypical femcel.
Yes.
Which is very hot nowadays.
And by MC, he means main character. So and girl failure means, well, we'll see. We'll get into what girl failure specifically means and refers to when we get into the comic itself. But anyways, he continues. And in case you regularly read my video write-ups, why yes, this manga would definitely be flirting with a +4 based morality score based on this first chapter.
Based on what? Based on this first chapter.
That's what it's based on. Now we finally know what it's based on. Anyways, He continues saying, "Of course, I don't really think Drama Queen will be able to keep up this level of Kino, even if it's not outright shut down. I'm not even talking about an AOT, Attack on Titan, style story and character derailment here.
AOC, which is Attack on America.
Yes. It's just rare to see modern Japanese media that starts off this strong not fall off fast. Goblin Slayer certainly didn't manage to keep up Chapter 1's genocidal grimdark Kino, and Redo of Healer also peaked very early with Flair's rape correction. But even if Drama Queen falls off, even if the author is forced to ruin his story in order to atone for his crime of dropping red pills about mass immigration, the translation literally uses the term peaceful invasion. It has already done a great thing and improved our culture just a little bit by helping to spread so many dangerous ideas and giving voice to the voiceless, i.e. millions of IRL Nomamotos and Katamis.
You know, honestly, like maybe 5, or it'll be a little more than 5 years ago. But until recently, I would have fucking been like, yeah, that's a stupid conspiracy theory. It's the dumbest conspiracy theory I've ever heard of. And now it's like, you know what? There is definitely something to this that explains a lot of things that I've seen.
Well, it's measured. That's the thing, is that when it's measurable and noticeable in a way that's impossible to not notice, there's
but I know
something to that.
I also know what it's like. Like if I go back far enough, if I go back 20 years in the past, yeah, I absolutely would have been one of those people
to play some shitty games that suck ass. But anyways,
I really also hate conspiracy theorists otherwise too. I still hate conspiracy
theorists.
Well,
in a way, because they discredit the stuff that actually happens, or like real conspiracies or something. It's kind of that's the real noticing, is controlled opposition. That's kind of what people really need to get into. But anyways, we will continue on with this on the next part, or if you're watching this if you're on the Subscribe Star, just keep watching. But if you're on this, that means you're months behind. If you're just watching this on the regular channel, you're months behind. So, become PayPig, and you will be ahead of the curve in every way possible, and even some ways that are essentially impossible. And for everyone else, though, of course, should have listened to Shitty Webcomics.